Sarah sat on the edge of her small iron bed inside her single-room house in Mathare. The tin walls rattled every time the wind blew through the slum corridors. Water leaked from the corner roof, dripping into a plastic basin she had placed there last week. She had lived in this place all her life. Born and raised in Mathare, Sarah had always dreamed of leaving. She believed that once she went to school and studied hard, everything would change. Her teachers always told her she was bright, and her mother used to say, "One day, you will be the light of this family." And indeed, Sarah had studied. She had fought her way through high school with borrowed books, late-night candle studies, and foodless days. Later, she joined university after years of fundraising harambes and help from well-wishers. Finally, she graduated with a degree in business administration. But 2 years later, nothing had changed. No job, no stable income, only rejection emails, and sometimes no replies at all. She had tried applying for jobs in banks, supermarkets, offices, anywhere. She had walked the streets of Nairobi in worn-out black shoes, carrying a brown envelope with her certificates. But employers only told her, "We'll call you." They never did. Now she was back in Mathare, struggling. Her mother had passed away. Her younger brother had dropped out of school, and every day was a fight for food. She sometimes braided children's hair in the neighborhood for 100 shillings, or sold second-hand clothes at the roadside. But the money was never enough. Poverty stuck to her like glue. One Saturday afternoon, as she washed her only pair of jeans in a small yellow basin, she heard the loud honk of a car outside. Curious neighbors rushed out of their shacks to see. Sarah, annoyed at the noise, walked out too. What she saw left her frozen. A sleek black Lexus parked right in the middle of the narrow slum pathway. Its windows tinted, its body shining like a mirror under the sun. Children surrounded it, staring in awe. Women gossiped loudly, and men whistled. The driver's door opened slowly. Out stepped a tall, elegant woman dressed in a red body-hugging dress and 6-inch heels. Her wig was long and wavy, her nails polished, and her makeup flawless. It was Nicole, Sarah's childhood friend. "Sarah," Nicole called out, smiling. Her voice was calm and confident, nothing like the girls in Mathare. Sarah's jaw dropped. She couldn't believe this was the same girl she used to play with barefoot in the muddy alleys, making dolls out of old rags. "Nicole," Sarah whispered in shock. Nicole walked towards her, perfume trailing behind her like expensive mist. She hugged Sarah tightly and laughed. "Ah, my friend, it's been too long." The crowd stared, whispering. Everyone knew Sarah was poor, but here she was being hugged by a woman who looked like she had stepped out of a movie. They went inside Sarah's small house. Nicole sat carefully on the edge of the bed, looking around the tiny, dim room. She didn't say it, but Sarah could see pity in her eyes. "My friend, how have you been?" Nicole asked. Sarah sighed. struggling, Nicole. Life is hard. I thought after graduating, things would be different. But here I am, still in Mathare. Nicole smiled faintly and leaned closer. You don't have to stay here forever. There are ways out. Sarah frowned. What do you mean? Nicole looked at her with a strange, knowing expression. She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she removed her golden iPhone from her designer handbag and scrolled through pictures, photos of her in expensive hotels, on planes, in Dubai, with fancy handbags. Sarah's eyes widened. Nicole, how did you get all this? What work do you do? Nicole paused, then said softly, It's not the kind of job you read about in books. It's different. Tell me, Sarah begged. I'm tired of poverty. I'm tired of being hopeless. Please, Nicole, show me. Nicole studied her friend's desperate face. She had once been like Sarah, poor, hopeless, hungry. She understood the feeling. After a long silence, she finally said, All right, I will show you. But you must be ready, because once you see it, your life will never be the same. That night, Sarah could not sleep. Nicole had left in her Lexus, promising to come back for her in a week. Sarah's mind kept racing. What was this mysterious work? Why did Nicole hesitate to explain? But another thought kept pushing itself into her head. If it can get me out of Mathare, I am ready for anything. A week later, Nicole returned. She wore black leather trousers and a silk blouse. Come with me, she said. They drove through the city, past Pangani, past Angara, past Westlands. Finally, they entered Kilimani, an area Sarah had only heard about but never visited. The roads were clean, the houses huge, and the air smelled of money. Nicole parked in front of a tall, modern mansion with tinted windows and armed guards at the gate. Sarah's heart pounded. Inside, the house looked like a hotel. White marble floors, golden chandeliers, wide corridors. But there was something strange. Everywhere there were men. Dozens of men of different races, Africans, Asians, Arabs, Europeans. Old, young, tall, short. Some wore suits, others casual clothes. They looked restless, waiting. Nicole leaned closer to Sarah and whispered, This is the house of rooms. Each room has something different, something the men pay for, something you cannot imagine. Sarah's skin grew cold. What do you mean? Nicole led her down a long corridor with 50 numbered doors. 10 rooms are for sleep, Nicole said calmly. Men pay to lie next to you, just to feel a body. Sarah swallowed hard. 10 rooms are for humiliation. Men pay to be degraded. Sarah gasped. Nicole pointed further. 10 are for fear, things you cannot imagine, strange things that rich men crave. The deeper they walked, the more Sarah's legs trembled. Nicole, she whispered, is this what you do for money? Nicole smiled sadly. This is the world that feeds me, Sarah. And if you want to escape poverty, it might feed you too. Sarah froze. She felt like running, but deep inside, a voice whispered. And if this is the only way out? The corridor felt endless. Sarah's sandals echoed softly against the marble floor as she followed Nicole. The numbered doors on both sides were polished mahogany, each with a golden handle. From behind some doors, faint noises leaked: laughter, groaning, muffled screams, and whispers in foreign languages. Sarah's stomach churned. What kind of place is this? Nicole stopped at door number 7. She turned to Sarah with a calm, almost rehearsed smile. I will show you just enough. The rest, you will decide for yourself. Sarah nodded, though her heart was racing. Nicole opened the door. Inside was a spacious room lit with dim red light. A man in his 50s lay on a velvet bed, eyes closed. He wasn't touching the young woman beside him. He just lay there, breathing heavily, as if comforted by her presence. Sarah frowned. That's it, she whispered. Nicole nodded. Some men just want to feel less lonely. For this, they pay 50,000 shillings a night. Easy money. Sarah's eyes widened. 50,000 for sleeping beside someone. Nicole closed the door quietly and moved on. But not all rooms are this simple. They walked further. At door 14, Nicole pushed it open slightly. Inside, a young man was kneeling on the carpet while a woman poured wine over his head. He laughed, begging for more. Sarah's mouth dropped open. What is happening? Humiliation, Nicole said flatly. These men want to feel small, powerless. They pay for it. Sarah shook her head, horrified. At door 21, the moment the door creaked open, Sarah heard hissing. She froze, her breath caught in her throat. Inside, glass cages lined the walls. Snakes coiled lazily under heat lamps. In the center stood a chair, chains on its arms. Sarah grabbed Nicole's hand, whispering frantically, Why snakes? What is this place? Nicole closed the door before Sarah could see more. Her face was unreadable. Fear. Some men want to flirt with death. They pay millions for minutes inside that room. Sarah stepped back dizzy. Her chest felt tight. They moved on. At door 30, she heard laughter mixed with choking sounds. Nicole didn't open this one. She only said softly, Some rooms are worse than nightmares. Don't ask to see everything. Just know they exist. They reached the end of the corridor. Sarah's knees were weak. She leaned against the wall, trembling. Nicole, she whispered, is this really what you do? This is how you bought your Lexus. Nicole nodded slowly. Yes, it is ugly, but the money is real. In one night, I can make what a normal office worker makes in a year. Sarah covered her face with her hands. The images she had seen kept replaying in her mind. The snakes, the humiliation, the strange silence of those who paid for companionship. Why are men like this? She asked in a broken voice. Nicole shrugged. The richer they are, the stranger their desires. They hide it in the daytime, but at night, this is where they come. Sarah looked at her friend with disbelief. She remembered the days they used to sit by the Mathare River, dreaming about their futures. Nicole had always said she wanted to be a fashion designer. Sarah wanted to run a company. Now, here they were, in a mansion filled with secrets. Nicole placed her hand gently on Sarah's shoulder. I know you're shocked. I was too the first time. But poverty has no mercy. When you're hungry, when you're desperate, you start asking yourself, what is my dignity worth? Sarah's eyes filled with tears. She wanted to shout never. I could never do this. But her mind whispered back. And yet, how many nights have you gone to bed hungry? How many times have you thought of giving up? Nicole leaned closer. You asked me to show you the way out. This is it. No one forces you. You choose your room. You choose